I came back to LA about 6 years ago, and at the time, my wife and I, we didn't know each other, right? And this is what was going on in my mind right when I got back here, right before she and I met. I figured it might add some perspective on relationships. It's called Relationships, Where Now. During a conversation with a friend, she said, "Black women are not protected. We are left out here to fend for ourselves in this wilderness. Does this mean my being single could be considered a counter-revolutionary act? Should I be protecting someone? Is it conscious for a man to choose to be single amidst an oppression-perpetuated man shortage? My relationships with my children are amongst the most fulfilling aspects of my life. I would loathe to have arrived at middle age without their love and the memories we've shared. By extension, I cannot help but wonder if I will eventually look back and wish I had successfully built a similar bond with a soulmate." Sadly, relationships have consistently served as a means of self-sabotage for me. Some men and women can wax torrential in a relationship in order to demand or even bully respect, while others move in the direction of domestic docility. I have been confused for the latter, docile, because even though I am proficiently firm in my interactions with men, I am gentle within those with women. Honestly, I have often thought she's too wild and could not thrive with someone like me. She needs someone menacing. I don't catch a fire when neglected, wrongly perceived, or taken for granted. I just eventually depart. One night while out with my sister Damio, I told her I would prefer to just sparingly date. My son lives with me, so if I'm not working on a lifelong relationship, then I would prefer to just go out with someone every once in a while. She shut me down saying it's too late for that. Women in your age group are trying to seal the deal, not date. They are past the idea of good times for good times' sake. It only matters now if they are building something. Maybe the solution is someone extremely busy. I sometimes think back to how my first apartment a quarter of a century ago had an insect issue. I did not have much to offer, and my intimate interactions were just as cut and dry. Eventually, I moved into a luxury condo with a balcony view of Manhattan. Nothing was cut and dry after that. Every visitor suddenly saw the capacity for more. In their minds, I was missing a wife, and nature abhors a vacuum. The pursuit of making someone else happy can feel like an endless treadmill. You may have made him or her happier than anyone ever has, but they wonder, have you really made them as happy as you possibly can? What was once everything they were looking for eventually turns into, what else you got? And as everyone knows by nature of the 80-20 rule, if you provide someone with 80% of their wants, they sometimes bargain with someone else to supply the remaining 20%. You pay rent, the side piece pays for drinks. Why do I suddenly feel cynical? In the end, there are always alternative solutions like celibacy, for instance. I hear the first 50 years of celibacy are the hardest, but if you can get past those, it's smooth sailing. Peace.